Hello, everyone. I just came back from Brazil. I was a participant, or how should I say, a teacher at a conference, an immersive experience in the art of conscious co creation. And I came back last night. And this morning, it's morning in California, in Southern California. I wanted to come and reconnect with nature and really absorb the energy, the prana that happens in the early morning. And while I was coming to the beach, I saw a post, a comment on a talk that I gave. I was invited to be a speaker at the Unshakable Soul Summit. And during my talk, I mentioned tears, and one of the participants asked a lot of questions about tears. And it got me thinking that I really want to talk about tears because there are so many misconceptions, so many misinformations, so much. So I decided to give you 3 keys on how to stand in your power when you are feeling emotions. And first, to talk about tears, tears are a big one because there is so much that we hear. Oh, be a big girl, you're such a crybaby. This is really, you're such a mess. We can't be around you, or, a lot of negative connotations with tears. For a lot of people, tears are a symbol of weakness. I don't know where that came from, but far from the truth. So, key number 1, you need to feel your emotions. And I want you to stop right now and ask yourself, are you one of those people who say, I'm fine, I'm okay, don't mind me, I'm fine, and you don't feel your emotions, or you push people away when, well, they want to be with you when you feel your emotions? The reason I'm asking this question is because tears have so many properties. First of all, if we didn't have tears, we would lose our sight, because tears lubricate our eyes, tears help us release any toxins. Have you ever had like an eyelash in your eye? What happens immediately after that? Tears form in your eyes so that you can flush it out. That's its job. And the big one that I want to talk about with tears. Tears help us have cathartic experiences. They help us release. When we have stress, when we have something that we cannot, that really puts us in a state of high stress, what happens is our bodies secrete cortisol and catecholamines, all those things, stress hormones. I don't want to get too technical with my doctor language, but something happens in the body when you're stressed. And those things are stored in your body. So when you have tears, it's an opportunity to release and get rid of all those not so good things that got secreted and got stored in your body. So it's the body's mechanism to restore balance, people. So yes, have a good cry. The other thing that happens is when you have tears, the hormones, prolactin, get secreted, and oxytocin, which are the feel-good hormones. When a woman has a baby and they start breastfeeding, what happens, what's secreted is the hormones prolactin. That's what causes bonding between the mother. That's what happens between mothers and babies, which is why, you know, whichever woman breastfeeds the baby has bonding with the baby. That's just the intelligence of our human bodies, of our brains, to help us bond. Okay? And so it's not only between mothers and babies. When something bad happens to anyone, even somebody you don't know, if they're crying, you want to cry too. Those are tears of compassion. That's what helps us be, remember that we're human. So you do want to feel and cry your tears. Don't tell people I'm fine, okay? Number 2 about tears. It doesn't only happen when things are bad or you're stressed out. Sometimes, how do I put this? We all have expectations about our experiences. And let's say you go to the movies and you see, or you go to a museum and there's a beautiful painting or what, everybody has something that touches them. And there's a phenomenon that happens. If something is more beautiful than you expected, maybe a song, maybe a movie, you just have tears. And it's not because you're sad, it's just because you realize at that moment that, wow, I thought this would be a 10 out of 10 experience, and it's a 20, it's 100 out of 10 experience, and you just start crying. Those tears too are awesome. You want to feel them, you want to cry, okay? So those are huge things that help us restore balance. Physically, with the eyelash thing. Emotionally, with catharsis, releasing, all the stress hormones. Spiritually, psychically, tears of compassion, tears of bonding. So you do want that, okay? So that was the first key. You have to feel your emotions. Number 2, you have to be grounded, okay, in your emotional moments. And what I mean by that is sometimes, not always, we use our emotions for control, or we use our emotions we just spill out, and that's when people don't feel comfortable being around us. When you have an emotional moment, are you really standing grounded in that moment? Or are you thinking about what happened, what you can do tomorrow? Is anybody looking at me? What are they going to think? Okay, I have to run out or whatever. Are we staying grounded, or are we running away from our emotions? I want you to remember moments where you watch maybe a movie and usually you see somebody's face. They're standing still, not smiling, and you just see tears streaming down their eyes, streaming down their faces. Those are powerful moments. When you stay grounded in your emotions, it shows that you are powerful. Because you're not afraid to be who you are. You're not afraid. So next time you want to run away with your emotions, well, sometimes we have to run away. I get that. But always take a moment to ask, am I running away because I don't want to feel, or I have an idea of what I think people think I should be? Oh, people are going to think I'm weak or whatever. one thing I want to mention right now, if you are taking this moment to bash yourself and tell yourself how bad you are, please stop. This is a conversation. Everything we do is so that we can know ourselves better. It's so that we can, continue our journey to self-awareness, to self-realization. So please, always stay in neutrality and non-judgment. Don't judge yourself. You're great. Okay, getting back. So stand in your power, key number 2, by being grounded and really owning your emotions. Okay? Key number 3, the big one. Stay present. Stay present. Really be aware of what is happening. That's what's going to help you really get a clue as to why you're crying or why you're laughing, or just notice how you're expressing your emotions. Sometimes people want to cry and they laugh, or maybe they're laughing so hard, but what they want to do is cry, and what happens is tears stream down their eyes as they're laughing, or whatever. Do you want to be angry and instead, you silent and, have like a very cold, stern smile? Or whatever. How do you express your emotions? And when you do express the emotions, is it an appropriate response? And by appropriate, I don't mean right, because nothing is pre. You have what is right for you. So I'm not talking right, wrong. I'm just saying, if you want to cry, are you laughing instead? And if that happens, instead of judging and say, oh, this is wrong, ask yourself, why am I doing this? And just notice. Just notice. It's just going to help you know yourself better. Okay? So, this is how you stand in your power. This is how you can truly benefit from what your whole body, mind, soul is trying to tell you. Because emotions are energy in motion. So you want to figure out, what is my energy? What is the information? What is the lesson? What am I doing with it? Okay? 3 keys. Always remember them when you have an emotional state. I'm going to show you around. So it rained last night, and the sky is beautiful. It's gray. I don't really have gray skies here a lot, but look at that color right there. Isn't it gorgeous, the water? So this is what I had for you today. And it's very important because we feel emotions every day. And I really want you to stay conscious, to be aware, to get to know yourself. Don't hide. Don't run. You're the most important person in your life. You are. And I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Stay connected. If you have any questions about anything I said, please comment. Send me a message. There is so much I wanted to say, but I want to make sure you get the first 3 keys, and we can always continue the conversation. Like my pages. It makes me really, 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 really happy. I love you guys. Stay present. And I'm going to keep talking about reclaiming our gifts, reclaiming ourselves. And a key thing to that is knowing yourself. Mwah.